best bite forever.
Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Best Bites Forever. Today I am making these crispy smashed potato bites. They are going to be absolutely amazing, so let's rock it out. So I'm starting off here with my 8-quart stock pot, and I'm going to add quite a bit of iodized salt to that, probably around 1/4 cup. You want this to taste like ocean water, right?
Salty as the salty sea.
I'm also adding in some garlic powder, and the reason I'm flavoring my water is because I want my potatoes to have flavor. They are going to absorb a lot of this during cooking, so I want to make sure that the water that they're absorbing has flavor. That was black pepper going in. Next, I'm going to add in my potatoes, and I am using these Steam in a Bag Baby Golds, and they look like this if you can see them. I'm using these for 2 reasons. One, they are already ready for me to use. They're already washed. They're all relatively the same size, I was trying to show you, as they're going in. See, they're all relatively the same size. They're going to cook up pretty evenly in my water, so I don't have to really worry about chopping them, and they're already washed for me. So you can use whatever. I'm going with the little Steam in a Bag Baby Golds. This is going on my stove on high heat. I'm going to cook these potatoes until they are fork tender. Of course, putting a lid on this will make the whole process go just a little bit faster. I have to stop for a second and tell you that I also put 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar into my water that the potatoes are boiling in. Putting an acid in there is going to help break them down and give us more edges to have crispiness. So it's going to just kind of break them down and let them be more crispy. Okay, so while I'm waiting for my potatoes to cook, I'm going to go ahead and make some garlic oil, right? So all I did was mince up 4 cloves of garlic, and I'm adding that into some olive oil, probably somewhere around, I don't know, 1/4 to 1/2 cup. I'm going to take a little bit of kosher salt, not a whole lot because I'm going to be putting some salt on top of the potatoes as well, but I just want a little bit in there to make sure that I'm coating each of the potatoes with it. Freshly ground black pepper. I'm also going to add in some paprika, and I'm using a Hungarian paprika. No certain measurement, probably, I don't know, 1/2 teaspoon-ish, and I'm just going to give that a little stir in. This oil is going to be for brushing on the potatoes before we put them into the oven. So I'm going to go ahead and set it over to the side and make a sauce. For the sauce, I'm starting off with some Duke's mayonnaise, and let me tell you, I was just in the South, I guess, so to speak, and the Midwest for a little vacation, and I tried this mayonnaise for the first time, and I have to tell you that I love it. I'm addicted. I'm actually going to be ordering my mayonnaise on Amazon from now on so that I can get the Duke's mayonnaise, because it is not really readily available in the store where I live, but it is on Amazon, and it is delicious. So back to my Duke's mayonnaise here, which, by the way, shout out to Fresh, Fried, and Crispy, that Netflix show. Have you guys checked it out? There's some yummy stuff going on that show, I will tell you what. But more importantly, I saw the Duke's mayonnaise on that show. Pinch of kosher salt. And that's what made me want to try it. So we have our garlic clove, we have a pinch of kosher salt. Let's do a little bit of black pepper. How about some dried chives? If I had fresh, I'd use them, but I don't, so I'm using these. A little bit of that paprika going in. Give it a stir. You could add a little bit of that red wine vinegar too if you wanted to into this to kind of thin it out a little bit more. I am going to add the vinegar. Partially just because that Duke's mayonnaise is really, really rich and thick. Alright, let's give this another little taste. That is delicious. This goes over to the side. So I went ahead and decided I was gonna that I was gonna add in a little bit of mustard as well. So this is some spicy brown going in, probably about a tablespoon or so. I'm gonna keep that right there. Okay, so once your potatoes get to the point where if you take a fork and you push it in, it's going in easily, and it's kind of crushing a little bit. See, I stuck my fork in and it kind of separated, right? So this is what I'm looking for. I want them to be super, super soft, because the next step is going to be mashing them. And for that, I have this awesome tool, which I'm hoping is going to work really great for them. It's a tostanera, and it's usually used for doing plantains, tostones, but I thought I'd give it a shot here. Oh, look at that. That is pretty wonderful. I'm going to mash it a little more though. Oh yeah, that's gorgeous. If you don't happen to have one of these, of course you can order them on Amazon, but also you can take 2 plates and you want to just kind of mash them down. Don't crush the life out of them because they'll end up falling apart, but just give them a nice little mash just like this so that you can still remove them. Ooh, he's still crumbly, and he's going to go over onto my sheet pan. So what I have here is a sheet pan lined with foil, and that oil that we made earlier, I just kind of gave it a nice little brush all along here, right? And then I'm putting these guys, my potatoes, as I smash them, are going on here, and I'm going to give a nice, beautiful coating of that flavored olive oil right on top of each one. Also, I have 2 pans of these going, right? Because you don't want them too close to each other. You don't want them to steam each other. You want nice crispy potatoes. So we need a little bit of separation in between these guys. Just going to finish off these last couple here. And then I want to hit them up with some sea salt. So you can use whatever kind that you like. I happen to love this one, and I'll leave a link down below if you want to check it out. So I'm just going to give each one of these a tiny little dusting of the sea salt. I'm going to go back and hit these with some pepper. Again, totally optional, however you want to flavor these guys. Here I have a little bit of grated Parmesan cheese, and this is just like kind of the, kind that comes in a can, but when I plate this up, I'm going to add some of the strips from a hard block of Parmesan and not the grated bit. So it's getting a little bit of the inexpensive kind to go into the oven with, and a bit more of the expensive kind, the Parmesan shaved, when we take these back out. These are going to go into my oven at 425 degrees. And this is what they're looking like when they come out of the oven. Again, they were at 425 for about 25 minutes, and I'm going to pick up this little piece, but listen. Nice, crispy. These all have a little bit of crispiness to them. They're absolutely gorgeous. And I'm adding just a little bit of shaved Parmesan right onto the top. Here's what it's going to look like when it's all plated up. We have that beautiful aioli that we made with the Duke's mayonnaise. So delicious and creamy, you guys. Definitely give that a shot if you never have. And no, I'm not being paid to say that. It's really just delicious. And yeah, that is it for now, you guys. Enjoy these delicious, crispy oven potato yumminess bites. And I will see you in the next video. Happy cooking, everyone.
BackBitesForever.com